Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to use Storybird, which is a Web 2.0 tool that allows you to create and illustrate stories, long, short books, or even poetry. All you need is an email address and a password. After you create your account, just sign in. The first page is always going to display is what it's called Read, and it's essentially almost like a networking aspect of the tool, which because it shares with you what other users of Storybird have created. I would always suggest to start on this stage, especially if you're using it in the classroom and you want students to get some idea of what you guys are going to be working on, and it gives you some sort of inspiration. You can browse it through the most recent updated stories, and you can just choose to start reading. Once it loads, it's going to go to the very first chapter, and you're going to be able to read simply by scrolling down the page. Once you get to the end of the chapter, it's going to allow you to make any comments or feedback that you would like, look through whatever other people have written. It's going to allow you to go to the next chapter simply by clicking chapter 2 or return to the table of contents of the book. If you have a look at the little tabs or icons at the bottom of the chapter, you have repost, which works very much like on Twitter when you want to repost a story by someone else. You can heart it, which is the same as liking it. You can share it by using the link or embedding it in HTML, or you can categorize it. If you scroll back up, it's going to show you some information about the author, which is a user. You can follow. It's also going to give you some information about the artist of the illustration. You can also follow. Going to give you a quick book summary. Going to tell you how it's being categorized. In this case, it's being adventure, sci-fi, and dream. And you can choose to add to my bookshelf, which is something we'll be looking at in a little bit while. And lastly, it also gives you the option that from this table of contents, choose which chapter you would like to jump ahead of. And share it in other apps like Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, Tumblr, and Google+. Once you've already read it and gotten some ideas, let's have a look of how we can write and create. On this page, it's going to give you some suggestions of the artwork you can choose. It's also going to allow you on the left-hand side to filter all the artwork. You can choose all of it or what's been most recently added, as well as if you have an idea of what the theme is of your book or your story or your poem, you can use these tags of keywords, or you can simply search for it. Now, when you search for a tag, it's going to show you how many long-form books have sunsets in them, how many picture books do, what artwork is defined as sunset, or how many users have the word sunset or sunset related in their name. You can browse by simply scrolling down, and once you see one that fits your story, you can click on it. The artwork that it provides you is not simply one image. It gives you a whole lot of examples by the same user who has created it. If you'd like to have a look at all of them, you click on View All, and it instantaneously takes you to the page of the user who has done those illustrations. It gives you the option to follow them and keep tabs on what they're doing. It tells you some information about when they joined and where you can check them out elsewhere. After you've decided this is the artwork you like to use, you go back to the top on the right hand side and you click Use this art. Now, ideally, you have previously come to an idea of why you would like to create, whether you want a multi-chapter, a multi-page book, or a poem. So let's do a multi-page. Just as a quick note, this tool is very user-friendly. As you can see, at all times it provides you feedback on what to do and how to do so. So it's telling you have a text box down here where you're going to insert whatever text you want to use, and here's where your images are going to be. Right now, it took us to the first page. So let's just choose an image. You click on it and drag it. Once it becomes darkened, you know you can just drop the image and shows up. If you like to go back to any other pages or to the cover, you just click on it. In this instance, it gives you some suggestions of cover art for this type of it. So it can be classic, landscape, journal, or iconic. Let's click on iconic. And then you can just keep customizing as you wish. A quick point, you don't have to continuously save as it saves automatically. If you want to return to where you were working before, you just hit that arrow back and then you move forward. If you want to add a page, simply click the plus sign. If you want to remove a page, simply click the minus sign and confirm. If you want to also travel from page to page, you can hit this next and previous. If you change your mind and you want to grab another one, you simply drop it on top. If you want to have a look and invite someone else, you can click invite collaborator. You can publish it for everyone on the app to see, or you can save and close it and come back to it later. Once you save and close it, you go to what is understood as your stuff, which is simply your profile and all the work you've had. If you have work that hasn't been published, it's going to show like this as unpublished. Once you change the title names, it will show, and once you're finished with your project, it will show as published. Here on the right hand side, you have a tab that is called Public Profile, which allows you to customize it as you wish. You can choose any backgrounds. Some of them it's a paid membership, and it would unlock the content if you upgrade your membership. You can go back simply clicking back to your stuff, but I want to first show you that down here, if you had shared, created, or followed anyone, all your public activities will show on this page as well. So going back to the tabs that you have on the right hand side, you could also see public view. This allows you to see what other users in the tool will be seeing. And hearted is, as we previously mentioned, if you had clicked on the heart icon under a story or another project of someone else's, you would show automatically in here for you to review at a later date. Now that we're done with our stuff, or your stuff in this case, click on following. If you are following anyone or anyone's following you, it will show on this list. It gives you an example here of what it will look like. You would have the book that you liked, the user, the title, and the summary. If you click at the back at the top and it says bookshelf, it will take you to all the books you have read by other people, and then you click on add to my bookshelf so you can review them later. Cool thing is, once you have several works that you have added, it allows you to sort it by the updated versions alphabetically of how popular they are. And it also categorizes them as books or picture books. Back to writing. Once you've already decided what you want it to look like and what you're going to text or the text, you can go back and create more projects and save them and share them as you wish. One suggestion I would make is prior to creating the project on this Web 2.0 tool is to have a general idea of what you want your story to look like and what you're going to write about. So let's finish up by looking at this notification tab. Any notification will show up here. And under you could go back to your stuff, which is what we've reviewed, all the projects you had created, you had shared, and you had liked in the past. You can go back to bookshelf. You would also allow to see who you're following, change your settings, find some frequent asked questions, get some feedback, upgrade your membership to unlock more content, or log out. Hopefully you guys found the Storybird app or Web 2.0 tool as useful as I did. Bye!